How's it going? It is Charles Botenston, and today we are going to be going over something that is a lot more popular now. You know, I think I saw the movie The Secret maybe in 2009, 2010. And it was funny, too, because I remember I was on Amazon Prime. I was looking for some documentaries. I was looking for things that were better than just movies. Movies are fun. I just don't see the lasting need or the value to movies unless it's a good movie. It's a quality movie, either about a nonfiction or even if it's fiction, but it's just a good movie. You know, I detract to the old school movies in the 90s, which I thought was the best period for movie making. Granted, that was also when I was watching the most movies, so if someone else grew up in the 80s, then they would say that was with Top Gun and everything else. I was thinking of Cocktail, but I don't know. Was that in the 80s? So, The Secret, I clicked on it, and if you have no idea what it is, you're literally watching this documentary or this movie, whatever you want to call it, and finally, after about 15, 20 minutes, you understand what they're talking about, and granted, it's meant to be that way. It's a secret, but it just was, it was tough in the movie to follow along because I was never exposed to it. So, yes, they built it up, but I was really close to actually turning it off. If I turned off the movie, then I would never have looked up law of attraction and just how you feel and your thoughts become your emotions, which become your actions. And it sounds, listen, to someone that actually doesn't know about law of attraction or that does not visualize or does not have goals and looks after the goals and hopes the goals work out, and they continuously say, this is my goal, and I'll go through all the fear along the way and all the hiccups and the speed bumps along the way to reach my goal. It gets woo-woo. You know, you're like, so I think about a goal and then I have it that it already occurred. So if I'm not wealthy, or if you're looking to become more fit, and that's one of the things. It says, I want to get out of debt. It says, don't say get out of debt. They say, because you're attracting debt. You're thinking of the word debt. What you should be thinking about is, I want to be financially free. I am financially independent. Things like that. And then you're like, oh, okay, I want wealth. Instead of, I want to pay down my student loans, you're thinking of loans and student loans. And you're going to attract more student loans. And so the way, you know, the people that they talk to in the movie and in the book, they all are on an elite level of law of attraction. I think at the basic level, whatever you focus on, and I think Earl Nightingale was the first one that said that, whatever you become, the majority of the thoughts you have are who you become. You know, obviously he said it way more trite and better than that, but essentially the book is the movie. The book is a little bit more in depth because Rhonda, who's the author, goes, you know, they'll have quotes from the movie, but then she provides her own little commentary. So you're thinking about it, you're like, oh, okay, you know, that's like Bob Proctor is someone that I actually have his book over here, You Were Born Rich. I haven't read it, but it's definitely on my lists, and he's actually in the back of the book. You can see how old it is. He talks about getting free cassette tapes. So I think he was it's got to be in the 80s when he first came, 97. That's interesting. I thought they had CDs then, but, you know, could be wrong. Maybe he was getting into that. But going back to the book is good. And I think you should read the book first and then see the movie. Because if you see the movie for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, you have no idea what they're talking about because they keep on talking about The Secret. And I understand it's for the movie. The book is better. The book, is it the best law of attraction book? No. It's a great book, and I would give it 4 out of 5 stars if you're into that. If you're not into it, you're going to flip through and you're going to think it's crazy because and I said on an elite level before, because they're on a different wavelength of thinking. They feel that whatever I do has a vibration through the universe. They use God, they use other source, other terms. I'm on the level where I believe in the visualization. There's a book that I don't have it, but visualization I've noticed actually does work, because then you do focus on it, and the examples they bring up in the book essentially say, once you buy a book or a car, you notice that car everywhere. Once you change to an entrepreneur, and you used to be 9 to 5, now you're meeting all these entrepreneurs. They were always there, but you just now are realizing about entrepreneurship, or you want to open a brick and mortar shop to sell cookies. You're now going to meet all these people. The thing is, they were always there. They were always around you, or you're always going to talk to them in the future. You're now just recognizing them, that you're now focused on that. That's your goal. So for me, that's the reason I visualize, is to get away the negative thoughts, to also keep on imprinting in my mind, just keep on just going back, because I had limiting beliefs behind wealth, I had limiting beliefs behind success, and I've noticed that the more I focus on you are successful, you are wealthy, is that you don't have a concern about bringing money into your life and attracting it, whatever you want to say. Essentially, the book gives you the foundation to other books. Other books, as in, there's this guy, John Kehoe, I think is his name, and he is amazing. He has a book called Quantum Warrior, I think it is, or Future Warrior, Quantum something. John Kehoe. I'll link it down in the description. But I started watching some of his YouTube clips, and they are unbelievable. Like, how he structures visualization is on so this would be the foundation. Then you start reading books above this. There's another book called What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. Like, here's another book, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. So read this one. This is kind of the foundation to your thoughts and your beliefs become your actions and who you are. And the way that they talk about it is, someone at 25, we're all pretty much the same at 25. Yes, some people had higher privileges, other people had different locations, but only until you see them at 35 do you understand what their beliefs and their thoughts were at 25. Because 10 years is about the time that you really start coming into your element. And for me, that's almost 100% true, is that I've been reading this for 5 years, 6 years, and I'm finally pushing and believing in the things that they say. It's not going to be overnight. Certainly not going to be within a week or a month or a year. If you want, and they talk about, say, weight loss in the book, is that if you want to become if you want to lose weight, they say don't have any negative in what you want to do. Say, I want to be fit. I am fit. And they say have it present tense, have a date on it, and have it specific. I want I'm in New York City. I want a loft in Soho by July 1st, 2000, whatever year or whatever month, and by 5 p.m. Make it specific, make it exactly what you want. Like, here are my visualization cards, to go on an international flight with my parents, to become a soul cycling teacher, this is actually one of my better ones. I'm looking down at my phone because that's where, I can see what I'm throwing up there. Be the #1 boutique firm in the city. Happily enjoying a net worth of jump into your fears, be more social. So these are the bookmarks in my book. So it's more of a daily task to continuously visualize. So I do recommend the book. I think it's going to be a great foundation. It's a little woo-woo. You have to be into it. You have to be into a little, just go through the book and just get the basis. If you're not into it, just get the basis. If you're into it, it's a good foundation. And then you start going into other books. Bob Proctor, he is amazing. And, I always say balance a book out with YouTube videos, because it really cements it in your mind, because you're probably distracted when you read this. You probably don't get everything. And when you read this book, it was 97. When you see the YouTube clip, it's him 16 years later, 20 years later. So these are the reasons you read books, is because later on you want, it's like when people say, read the book before the movie. The book is amazing, but then you visualize everything into pictures in the movie, or you see Bob Proctor talking about it, and he has diagrams and little things in the video, and you get to know him a little bit better. And then what to say, someone, excuse me. Someone said to pick this up. I did, because on Amazon it said it was amazing. What to say when you talk to yourself. So these 3 books will be down in the description, along with The Secret. I do recommend it. It is a great base, as I've said 6 or 7 times. It's a great base to Law of Attraction and the movie. Read the book first, then see the movie, and it will put everything into pictures, and then you get to actually see the people that are quoted in the book, because they're quoted throughout the book, I don't know, dozens of times, 50, 60 times. So anyway, this is my weekly book. I'm going to be moving on to another book, maybe How to Get Rich, or maybe What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. Either way, subscribe to the channel. Let me know if there's any books that you want me to read and review. And it's going to be a book a week, a review a week. And follow me on Instagram. That's my favorite social media network outside, obviously, of YouTube. And on Instagram, I really put my thoughts into everything. So have an awesome week. Talk to you guys soon. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Leave a comment.